Hi, and welcome to my channel, Laura's Library Card. So today I'm going to be talking about the book, The Never King. This was recommended as a buddy read with one of my friends, and she picked it. She saw Peter Pan and romance and said, let's dive right in. And honestly, that's most of what I know right now, even though I'm at 50% of the book. So the premise is that this is a Peter Pan inspired dark romance, and the main female character is Winnie Darling. She is a descendant of Wendy Darling, and all of the Darling women on their 18th birthdays have disappeared and reappeared later, changed, broken, mentally unstable, etc. And Winnie has chalked up some of her mother's comments about being whisked away to Neverland by Peter Pan as her schizophrenic ramblings, but guess what happens on Winnie's 18th birthday? So Peter Pan shows up and whisks Winnie away, and pretty much all of that is chapter one. After that, we start getting some alternating points of view of the other characters in the book, especially I think they're all men other than Winnie, pretty much, all the points of views. And so we get a couple of Peter Pan and a couple of some of his lost boys. Every character in this book so far has been over 18. They're adults, and most of the lost boys in Peter Pan have magic, and so are actually hundreds, many hundreds of years old. So there's not like underage issues with this book because it does get spicy. So my problem primarily is with the writing style of this book. I just feel like it's not very effective. I feel like there's multiple times when I can see what the author is trying to do, what sort of mood, they're trying to set, but I don't feel those emotions. I feel like I just can see that the manipulation is trying to be happening, and I'm not being manipulated. And also, there's multiple times when the Lost Boys are trying to tell Winnie that she should be afraid, or that they have all these plans, they're gonna break her, and there's all these like quotes about like, oh, I like to see her cry, and the other one's like, I like to see her bleed, and then like none of that is happening. So it really just doesn't feel like it's delivering on the like dark romance part of this. Winnie is a character who uses sex to manipulate the men that she sleeps with, and to get the way that she wants and get what she wants out of life. And so she is trying to use those tactics here in Neverland, and it is working. So it has become quite spicy, but like again, not like romantic in any way. So I'm not really sure where this is going, and there's like no tension, and I'm just kind of like rolling my eyes a bunch, and so I'm just kind of like, I'm not sure where this is going to go. We have learned a little bit about the Lost Boys actually being fairies, being fae, and I just read a little bit about like some sort of plot. There clearly is some sort of underlying plot that the readers haven't been filled in on. Peter Pan wants something out of Winnie and intends to mentally break her down to try to find it and figure it out. And we've just got sort of other information about the like Fae and what they're trying to do. I don't know. I'm not like really loving it or being pulled along, but it's a very short book, so that's why I'm reading it. And it was a buddy read, and my friend already finished it. So I'm going to try to finish, and I'll tune back in at the end. I just feel like this is not great. I don't even feel like the spicy scenes are great. So, ooh. Okay, so I have finished The Never King. Do not recommend. um, the best part about this whole book is that it was short. It was a very quick read. Yeah. So in the second half, there is more violence, just a little bit, not directed at Winnie. There is a fair couple more spicy scenes. Uh, it's never really clear to me like why the sex scene is happening, because like all parties involved are consenting, and all parties involved seem to be enjoying what they're doing, but also all parties involved seem to feel like they use the words to describe these scenes both like during and after as like brutal and vicious and like they view like the guys view it as using her, but then like they're like, wow, I'm like so under her spell. And then and sort of the same thing for her. Like she definitely feel like kind of expresses that she feels like she's manipulating them, but then also she's super into it and she's like, they could be mine. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know, I don't really get this part. It really feels like this author was like, Peter Pan's pretty cool and Fae are like popular right now. And let's just like throw some smut in here and not really have much plot or like lore that really makes sense. Um, so the story does progress a little bit, but like we don't really get that many answers. There's just a lot more questions, honestly. And the book ends in a cliffhanger. So I did not feel that it was good enough for me to continue to read the next book. So yeah, I just overall was pretty bummed by this book. It was a good thing it was really short. I picked it up because it was a buddy read, but it was basically just a few spicy scenes, erotica sort of strung together with a poorly baked plot. I don't understand why she's having these like conflicting emotions being pulled one way, pulled the other way, and she also has these conflicting viewpoints about her relationships with these guys, and so it's just I don't really get it. It is kind of atmospheric because it takes place in Neverland, but also I just didn't feel like the writing was very good. To me, it was like 2 stars. Like, will probably never think of this again. Have no interest in continuing. And yeah, so thanks for sticking around and tune in next time for the next book. Bye. My arm is tired.